Matt Cornett, and Brandon Bennett.
And hustling the ball in and out, Brent Grigas.
Brent Grigas. Arteaga, lone receiver to the high side. Henderson to number 23. That's Dennis Thompson. And Dennis Thompson has his legs knocked out from under him about the 20-yard line as the clock runs and third down comes up.
Starting to see, as Dennis Thompson there, starting to see Ponchatoula use a few of the other running backs that they have.
Folks, from the 22-yard line, the Green Wave have it third down. Chris Hogan checking into the contest along with number 28, James Livers. Terrain Walker, Austin Arteaga will be checking out. They've got to get this play off. It's third down and 5, and you don't want to use another timeout with 4 minutes left.
No timeout.
That's right, there is none. There shouldn't be any. They've got 5 seconds to get this off. Henderson, quick pitch to Hogan. Motion on the play, so this will come back. Chris Hogan running off for Chris Hogan, but you know, once again, a penalty stops a big play for the Green Wave. Sorry about that. It slipped out of my hand. I mean, referee had the flag out of his pocket before the play
started. 4 flags down on the field.
Yeah.
2 out of 4 of them, one of them's got to be against Ponchatoula.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
The backfield in motion is going to be the first one. Yep.
Legal shift, face mask against the other guys. Offsetting, so we'll play the down over again.
Well, that was a good run. That was a 21-yard run by
Chris Hogan, just running like a man. Chris, get on your horse, Hogan.
He's a little bit more of a finesse runner than Tremaine Walker is. Tremaine Walker is just a power runner.
Dennis Thompson in the backfield. Kyle Henderson to throw on third down, looking to set the screen up to the offside to Chris Hogan. Chris Hogan catches the ball and absolutely pulverizes a linebacker, Cal Shoemaker.
I don't think he wanted to do that.
Cal didn't want that.
He had to go after him to get the catch the pass. The ball was just a little bit underthrown.
So Scott Munson will come in on fourth down.
Going to be about a 42-yard field goal.
He'll see how much
got the leg.
Let's call it a 43-yard attempt with 3:06 left. Henderson to hold, Munson to attempt it for 43. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up, got the distance. No good.
Must have been just a little bit to the left.
Misses to the left, a little bit. So Scott Munson had the leg behind it, but just didn't have the accuracy. And what do you know? The Skippers will take over. First down attempt with 2:49 left to go here in the first half. 19-0 is your score. The Green Wave on top. Next week we travel, I believe, don't we?
Yep.
We go to Slidell High, home of the run and shoot offense.
Run and shoot. Tell you what, they have a quarterback this year thrown for over 1,000 yards.
Yep. That's going to be an interesting contest.
Slidell came real close to beating Salmon in one of the games this year.
Mike Anthony points out a little movement, I think, or somebody jumps off.
Yeah, I think it was Matt Notriana.
Mac just got tired of waiting.
It's going to be offside against the defense.
Yeah, come on, get this thing rolling.
The Skippers will start off.
2:49 still on the clock. Make sure when you're at the swamp, you always go by and get the great hot dogs, hamburgers, and sausage on a stick. Great food here at the swamp. Derlin Moore trying to draw him off again. Oh, no, the option to the outside. Hello, help me find the football. Michael Anthony agrees to do that and puts number 33 on the ground, Darren Whedon.
They should have blown the whistle earlier because he double dribbled.
Traveling on Whedon.
2nd and 5.
And Mike Anthony penalizes him. From the 25-yard line, second down, 5 yards to go, 2:22 and ticking here in the first half. 19-0 is your score. One receiver to the near side is Ryan Dennis, along with number 33, Whedon, to this side. Derlin Moore has 2 receivers to the high side also. Moore looking, trying to set a screen up. Marcus Chester just pestering the heck out of the intended receiver.
Michael Anthony hit Derlin Moore late on the screen. You get that call every once in a while on the screen because you wait till the very last minute before you get rid of the ball. And Michael Anthony, he said, if I'm going to run this far, I'm going to hit something.
Somebody got to pay for me doing this many steps. Well, the only offense that Mandeville is putting together is coming from the guys in the striped shirts.
And I had an agreement with them.
Oh, I agree with them. Yeah, it was a good call.
No, I had an agreement with them.
Oh, you did? Oh, that's right, yeah.
They get
2:01. 2:01 is left here in the first half. I don't think we're going to make it.
9 o'clock.
8:20. First half.
Well, it's going to be a quick second half.
Okay. Derlin Moore trying to work his team down the field to put something on the board here in the first half. They've come up with a big goose egg so far. Moore, 2 steps, looking. Got a man on a fly pattern down there, and Davion Do-It-All Walker comes over from his free safety position and breaks the play up on Ryan Dennis.
Also good coverage by Dennis Thomas there.
Oh, yeah.
And Thomas had the coverage for the play, but Davion Walker came for the interception. Actually had the ball there for a second and got it pulled out at the last moment. So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 10. Mandeville has to get to the 50-yard line for a first down. We got 1:47 left in the first half.
Derlin Moore sends one to the high side, one to the low side, backs in the eye. Play action. Michael Anthony. Michael Anthony just will not be denied the big sack, and he puts Derlin Moore's face in the dirt. And that was not a late hit, my friends. That was just a good hit.
Derlin Moore needs to go over there and kind of rough up some of them linemen because they had 3 guys standing there just watching Michael Anthony just running after him.
Michael the Freight Train Anthony. I mean, he's been in that backfield all night tonight.
Mike comes in here at 6'3", 240.
I've seen freight trains not that big. Derlin Moore wondering who's going to get him this time with 3rd down and 27 to go. Chris Hogan on the blitz. Long pass downfield. Davion Walker comes over to break it up, but an amazing catch out there by number 8, Ryan Dennis. And Davion had his hand in there at the last minute, just couldn't pull the ball out. Did you see how much field Davion covered?
Ryan actually caught the ball and Davion Walker at the same time. I don't think Davion Walker wanted his hand taken away like that. I think he wanted to have it there so he could tackle.
So first down with 51 seconds left. The Skippers have it at about the 42-yard line, trying to put some points on the board.
Play again.
They are picking on Dennis Thompson, and Ryan Miller makes them pay for it. Dennis is I don't know, which size is Dennis? Let's take a look at this. He's 5'6", 140, a junior.
Ron Dennis is 6'1".
And it's the matchup they want with number 8, 6'1", but what they don't realize is the help that Davion Walker's giving him.
Yeah, Davion Walker's getting there at the same time the ball is, so he's timing his coverage perfect.
Folks, we've got 2nd down with 40 seconds left to go. Mandeville with its deepest penetration into Ponchatoula territory on the night. Receivers high and low. Derlin Moore is your quarterback.
They tried that little out right there. They're probably going to go maybe with a pump and run this time.
Matt Notriano with pressure. Matt Notriano drags him down. We'll see a flag on this one. We won't see a flag. Yes, we do see a flag. Matt Notriano. So Mr. Notriano with his sack.
And that's certainly going to back up.
I'm going to give him a sack on that one. You know, I mean, that's intentional ground, and Matt Notriano gets a sack in my book. That's right. In my book, he gets it. Maybe 2.
He looked like he was untouched.
He was moving. So the defensive line just dominating the offensive line of the Skippers tonight. Intentional grounding is the call.
Derlin Moore Sr. is going to start calling his son Archie Jr.
Archie Jr. Ah, by Ryan Dennis to the high side. One receiver to the near side is Paul Burnett.
You know, and Dennis is matched up on Leonard Cloy, who's only 5'7".
Looking downfield once again, Kyle Henderson. Beautiful! Oh my goodness, Kyle Henderson almost comes up with the football. He had to smash it against his helmet to try to catch it.
I think he got stuck in his face mask.
Paul Burnett is almost picked off by number 12, Kyle Henderson.
And Henderson timed that ball perfect. You know they're going to be throwing, and you know
what's
Darryl
good?
Moore's going to be throwing that little.
You know what's good about this game, Crawfish, is when they go to see Slidell, look how many pass plays they're having to cover here. They're getting some work in that defensive backfield, because when they go to Slidell, you can bet he's going to be chunking.
We're not going to get out of Slidell before midnight.
11:30. Darryl Moore to punt once again. Pressure from the outside. Gets one off the side of his foot. Davion Walker just lets it bounce, and he'll watch it roll down to about the 20-yard line. Well, we'll have 23 seconds left in the first half. The Ponchatoula Green Wave on top by a score of 19-0.
Take over first down and 10 with 22 seconds left to go in the first half.
I got the email.
Okay.
First down and 10. 19-0 as you score. 22 seconds left here in the first half. Henderson will bring them all in tight. I think he'll just kneel this one out. He 2 steps back, kneels it down, and folks, that'll put an end to the first half. Crawfish, the best offensive performance we've seen by the Green Wave so far this year.
Yep, still way too many turnovers.
Still way too many turnovers and penalties. But then again, you look for them to smooth it out a little bit from there. Stay tuned for the halftime show from the swamp in Ponchatoula, Louisiana.
Drum Major Jacob Johnson, Band Captain Shelby Toucey, Flag Captain Lorraine Mitchell, and Wave Captain Candace Joyner. I want you to sit back and enjoy this opening drill to a new Spanish-style opener entitled Los Cuervos, the Crow. number on our program will feature the flags. And the girls will be dancing and spinning to get some respect. Event of the week is Amy Morgan and Regina Rayford. Play Corps member of the week, Wendy Kinchin. Management of the week, Heather Taylor, Rachel Danton, Thomas Miller. Cheerleader of the week, Heidi Kissinger. To close our program tonight, the Flag Corps and Wavettes will perform the ragtime sounds of 5'2" Eyes of Blue. Featured down front will be Brent Santagnan on tuba, Jonas Johnson on trombone, Shelby Toosey on trumpet, Jerry Smith, Dawn McCall, and Carol Arateg on clarinet.
Here we are back at the Swamp in Ponchatoula, Louisiana. Ron Gotro along with David the Crawfish Cottrell, Michael Blosh on the camera for you. And the score is 19-0. Ponchatoula in the lead. Remember, they won the kickoff, the flip in the beginning of the game. They deferred to the second half, so they'll be getting the ball. Derlin Moore will be doing the kicking. Back deep will be Davion Do-It-All Walker and Ron the Flash McClendon.
Looks like Derlin Moore's a do-it-all, too.
I'm telling you. Moore puts his foot into it. Chris Hogan scoops it in about to 21, looking for some blockers, asking for some blockers, begging for some blockers. We'll get it up to about the 35.
I got some stats here, halftime stats here, Ron. Mandeville has 5 first downs, Ponchatoula 6. Rushing, Ponchatoula has 102 yards, Mandeville minus 13. Passing, Ponchatoula has 66, Mandeville 70, 168 total yards for Ponchatoula, 57 for Mandeville, 6 penalties for 44 yards for Ponchatoula. McClendon has 8 rushes for 56, 2 catches for 69 yards and a touchdown. And that was given to us by Roger Glenn with the Times-Picayune. We'd like to thank Times-Picayune for giving us our stats all year long.
Kyle Henderson looking for Davion Walker, hooks it up with Davion at about the 40. Davion makes a good move to the inside, looking for some running room down to about the 15-yard line.
And no penalties. No penalties on the play. That was a good pass play to Davion Walker. He kind of defensive back. He just ran out there almost like the ball wasn't even there and just stuck his hands out at the last minute. 49
Davion Walker and Kyle Henderson been trying to team up all year on that pattern. Finally put it together.
49 yards.
49 yards from the 16-yard line. Roderick Libers will go to the high side.
How's that for?
That's James, I'm sorry. Henderson. Play action. No, he gives it to McClendon. Looking for some running room. Ronald McClendon strings it out to the outside, gets a corner and picks up about 5. Good block out there by number 61, Brandon Zebart.
That's a lot of running for Ron McClendon just to get that 4 or 5 yards there, because he had to expend a whole bunch of energy trying to bounce off the people and put moves on them.
Folks, that'll
5, though.
Oh yeah, got 5 yards. That'll bring up second down. Let's call it 5 to go for the first. Ponchatoula taking the opening kickoff with good field position and moving the football down the field, trying to cash in once again on a nice drive. Henderson, the senior quarterback, having a great game, goes up the middle to Big Tremaine Walker, and Big D. Bayham pushes him ahead for a couple, along with Stephen Emmons and number 69, Brandon Bennett. So the Ponchatoula offensive line getting it together tonight, moving the ball down the field. Third down, 1 yard to go for the first. 19-0 is your score. Ponchatoula inside, deep inside the skipper territory at about the 7 or 8 yard line. Henderson, the quarterback keeper. Henderson slips off, picks up the first down. We'll have Kyle Henderson on the keeper to the left side. Picks up the first. Number 24 checking into the contest is Ty Beard. First down, goal to go for the Green Wave of Ponchatoula. They're at about the 2 yard line. One receiver to the high side. Everybody else in tight for the Wave. Ron McClendon looking for a hole. Will punch it in for the touchdown. So Ronald McClendon takes it off the left side, running behind Stephen Emmons and Brandon Zebart. Will pick up the touchdown.
25-0. And I got from our man on the scene, Marvin Starkey over at Strawberry Stadium. Hammond is leading Bogalusa 26-6.
26-6. So Hammond high.
7 o'clock, so they're a half hour ahead of us. Probably close to the fourth quarter.
Kyle Henderson to hold. Scott Munson to kick. Kick is up. And the referee, so do I do. 26-0 is your score. Ponchatoula putting on a pretty good offensive display here tonight. Their defense yet to give up anything past about the 25 yard line. Our buddies from Star 107 down working the game on radio for us tonight, Boo. And Paul Evans, Boo Landry.
Boo Landry. I used to like watching him play.
Yes, I did.
He played here, and he played baseball for Tommy Bolton. He was a first baseman. Boy, could he crush a ball. Big as he was, he was pretty agile, too. Then came back, played offensive guard for LSU Tigers.
So, folks, the Ponchatoula Green Wave putting on quite a show here tonight at the Swamp. They lead in this one by a score of 26-0. Is that a Causey standing there?
That's a Causey.
That's a Causey standing there.
That's the red-headed one.
The red-headed Causey. Scott Munson will tee it up. Back deep to receive will be number 28, Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson waiting for it about the 3-yard line. Good drive by Ponchatoula. No penalties, no big mistakes, and they put the ball in the end zone.
And the big play on there was a 49-yard pass play from Henderson to Davion Walker.
Over to the near side to number 9, Corey Cangelosi. He put his knee down, so they'll have it down, pinned down at about the 7-yard line. So if you're Derlin Moore and the coaching staff for the Skippers, you've got to work yourself out of a hole here. Rodney Corkin, the head coach.
You know, when things don't go right for you, they just don't go right for you.
Familiar face on the sideline over on the Skipper side is Billy Taylor.
Billy Taylor.
Former coach at Hammond High. 1st and 10 from the 7.
You know, if you look on this Mandeville Skipper team, they playing a lot of underclassmen.
Yes, they are. Derlin Moore, the junior quarterback, tries it up the middle, and big number 79, Tyrone Jackson. Tyrone, you own Jackson.
I don't think anybody touched him on there. He just ran right into it. Tyrone bear hugged him for no gain, 2nd and 10. Mandeville has to get to about the 18-yard line for a 1st down. Good luck against this Ponchatoula defense, who only allowed them minus 13-yard rushing and 70 yards passing in the 1st half.
What's he doing in a coat and tie down there?
The sheriff?
The sheriff. The sheriff's in a coat and tie. We want to know why. Off tackle to the right side. Michael Anthony just holding his ground, holding up the blocker. Shuts the play down as Ryan Miller finishes it off.
And Mandeville's trying to run out of the shadow of their end zone right here, and they're really not going to do it. And they certainly don't want to pass where they have to put Derlin Moore into the end zone to make his pass play.
3rd down, 11 yards to go. Backed up to about the 6-yard line. Receivers to the high side, one on a slot to the near side. Looks like he's lined up off sides, but we'll wait and see. 3rd down and 11. Moore trying to draw him off with that cadence once again. Runs it off tackle. Chris Hogan in the backfield rapidly. Comes up with the football. Fights his way down to about the 1-yard line. 1st down, goal to go for the Wave.
And Chris Hogan, Johnny on the spot there. And you see, Chris Hogan, when he gets the ball, he wants to score.
Oh, yeah. So from the goal line, the Ponchatoula Green Wave with the big turnover take it over, and they're just inches away from pay dirt once again.
It's almost like Chris Hogan knows where these plays are going.
Oh, yeah. So 1st down and goal to go for the Wave.
Tremaine Walker and
Kyle Henderson.
Backfield.
Up the middle to big Tremaine Walker. Yeah, he got in. He got in. So, Fish, it looks like the Green Wave are just taking out an immense amount of frustration that they've felt throughout the first part of the season on the Mandeville Skippers.
Yeah, they certainly are. And, you know, we saw some marked improvement between the earlier part of the season, especially the Covington game and the Salmon game last week. Just too many penalties to keep Ponchatoula out of the ball game.
33-0. There's your score with 8:33 left to go in the 3rd. So you've got to be impressed with the Green Wave's performance tonight.
And you know, it's been good sustained drives, Ron. It hadn't been 80-yard run by Ron McClendon.
It hadn't been the big play.
Pass or run by, or even a run back. We hadn't seen too many special team run backs probably since the first 3 or 4 games of the year.
So Ponchatoula will kick it off. Back deep to receive will be number 28 once again, Michael Johnson for the Skippers of Mandeville High. Just about 15, 16 miles to the east of us here. Right at the foot of the causeway.
Yep. Metairie North.
Scott Munson waits. He gets it laid in on the tee. And we'll get this game back underway once again.
set for the kickoff.
Munson gets the whistle.
Good kick.
Nice kick. Puts Johnson down at about the 4. He fumbles it, picks it up at the 1, headed up the middle, and there's nobody there but the green machine.
You know how I said when things go wrong for you?
They go wrong
just
for you.
start going bad for you. Mandeville's going to get the ball about the 12-yard line, so they really not much more better field position than they had last time.
Roderick Libers on the stop for the Green Wave. First down and 10 yards to go. Derlin Moore throwing the ball quite a bit in the first half. Crawfish, you don't expect for him to do much difference, trailing by a score of 33-0.
Hadn't thrown yet here in the third quarter.
They're just going to keep it on the ground and try to run this clock out. Marcus Chester on the pursuit. He'll stop the running back. What I think the coach, Rodney Corkin, wants to do is keep it on the ground, get this clock running.
Marcus Chester in there on the tackle. They did a good job of fighting off a block. Not before Mandeville picks up about 4.5, 5 yards. It's going to be second and 5, 5.5, and they have to get to the 24-yard line for a first down. 7:47 left in this third quarter.
Greg McKay in on the defensive line for the Wave. Derlin Moore up the middle to the fullback. And he'll pick up a couple, but not enough for the first down. That'll bring up third down and short.
Yeah, third and by 2.
Matt Notariano on the stop.
Ryan Miller on the stop for the Green Wave. It'll be third down about
Mandeville trying to run the clock out.
Yep, I'm telling you, they threw the ball. They must have threw the ball. How many times they threw the ball in the first half? 13 times. They hadn't thrown here in the second half at all, trailing by a score of 33-0. Either they decided it wasn't going to work, or let's get out of here and go home.
Yeah, as long as they run and the clock's still running.
Chris Hogan on the blitz once again, fills the gap, but ball on the ground. And a diving recovery, I think, by the Green Wave. Let's see who comes up with the football. That's going to be number 6, I believe, Roderick Libers.
Yep.
Or number 23, Dennis Thompson.
Dennis Thompson? Thomas.
So Dennis Thomas might have came up with it.
It'll be first and 10, Ponchatoula.
So the Green Wave have the ball once again. First down, 10 yards to go from the 23-yard line. And just when you think things couldn't go any better for your football team, they give you another present. Austin Arteaga to the near side. Henderson to keep. Henderson on the option. Looking for some running room. Oh, face mask on that play and didn't get the call. Kyle Henderson took one to the chops.
Boy, like took his head off.
We got no flag on that. See Kyle's parents down there kind of cringing a little bit. That's a tough kid.
It wasn't an option there because it looked like there was nobody there to pitch to. Henderson just tried to outrun him around the corner, picked up about 3. It's going to be second and 7, 21-yard line.
Kyle Henderson, the quick pitch to McClendon. Henderson out trying to lead the block, and McClendon caught in the backfield by big number 66.
That's a big guy you're talking.
Paul Gendron. Third down for the Wave.
Lost 3 yards on the play. It'll be third and 10.
Third down and 10. 5:41 left to go. 33-0 is your score from the Swamp in Ponchatoula, Louisiana. Kyle Henderson looking to throw, looking downfield, trying to set the screen up, picked off by big number 10 for the skipper, so they turn the ball back over to Kent Hall. Joining us in the press box is a fellow that, wait a minute, Sheriff Larson, you don't have anybody playing from your family this year, do you?
Boy, is that a rare event. That seems like I've been supplying them for years.
How many years did you have sons playing here now?
Oh, I've been through 4 boys, so I got 1 more playing basketball here now, so this is the last of the Mohegans.
Crawfish and I were just looking around and saw you all dressed up in a nice suit. We were just wondering.
Well, I've been up in Kentwood. I had a dear friend passed away, but I was sorry to be late, but I'm glad to be here. Looks like we're doing pretty good. The Greenies are doing pretty good tonight, huh?
It's a perfect night for football. 33-0 is your score, but I want to talk a little bit about those Greenies from further south.
Well, I tell you what, we were just, Mr. Bodka and I were down there discussing that Bowden fella. He looks like a miracle worker to me.
It runs in the bloodline. We know that, but I'm going to tell you what, Tulane, you have to be impressed with what this young man, and he's a young man, what he's done in a short amount of time he's had, Sheriff.
I know. We're all, of course, all us old Greenies, all 3 of us up here in Denver Parish. We're all nervous. Of course, everybody wants to get him now. All the other big schools are going to be competing for him, but it looks like he wants to stay a few years, so he's really turned the program around down there.
And you build a tradition. Also, let's talk a little bit about, we have a special show coming on next week. We don't know the exact day, but we're going to do some work with the Sheriff's Department featuring some of the departments. That'll be playing next week. We put together some pretty good entertainment for the folks just in educating them about the Sheriff's Department.
Yeah, Ron, we really appreciate y'all doing that, but I think people are going to be amazed at all the things we do. We're going to talk about the reserve division that works these football games. We've already started with the flotilla. We shot that show already. We'll be doing our community policing program in the narcotics division. It's going to be very interesting for the public, and we appreciate you doing it. Let me let y'all get back to the ball game. Thank you a whole bunch.
All right, Sheriff Ed Larson, folks. First down, 10 yards to go. 33-0 is your score with 4:12 left to go here in the third quarter.
Well, Ron, before I got here, I saw on ESPN that Terry Bowden resigned, so I wonder if Tommy Bowden's going to hire him.
He might do that. He might do that. So Auburn is without a coach.
Yep.
Folks, I want to remind you that coming up on the 31st of October, the varsity cheerleaders in the North Pass Bassmasters are sponsoring the 2nd annual Bass Tournament. All proceeds will go to helping the cheerleaders on their way to the national competition in February. See a varsity cheerleader or contact Hammond Boating for information. It's going to be a great day down on the pass. So stop by and see one of the cheerleaders. Go by and see Terry Daniel at Hammond Boating Center, and they'll get you hooked up to fish in 2 divisions. They have an adult and a non-adult division. Second down.
Boy, they chomping at the bit.
Oh. Number 14 up the middle is going to be the running back, David Osano. So, Mandeville impressive on this little drive.
Yeah, Brent Kalura from Mandeville?
Yeah.
Must have snuck over. Did a good job. He just pushed Tyrone Jackson out of the way just for that split second, enough to gain about 3 or 4 yards. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 2.
It's third down. 2 yards to go for the first. 2:42 left to go here in the third quarter. 33-0 is your score. Derlin Moore playing all night at quarterback. He is a junior. The wham up the middle, just like straight up the middle.
And you know, I think Derlin Moore, I think the coaches are sending in pass plays.
And Derlin's just running the ball. Jonathan Conley on the stop for the big wave. First down and 10 from the 40. Checking into the game is number 68, Josh Earhart. 6'5", 290-pound sophomore. Derlin Moore. Up the middle once again. Chris Hogan along with Davion Do-It-All Walker. A little bit of extracurricular activity between number 58, Skipper Tierney, and Davion Walker. Looked like they were doing the chicken dance.
Yep. You know, we don't get a chance to mention the guys that try to get these kids ready every week with the assistant coaches. You got Marcus Bardwell, Steve Grigas, Brian Harper, Tim Mate, Melvin Myers, Jerry Myers, and Danny Thomason. And they spend a whole lot of time out here on this field trying to get these kids ready week in and week out.
Derlin Moore was 2nd and 6. Moore, they're staying up the gut against Ponchatoula. Ryan Miller on the stop. They're just going straight to the power offense, Crawfish. Nothing fancy, just take it up the middle, see if you can block somebody.
Been about an 8-minute drive.
But when you're down 33-0, you need more than an 8-minute drive.
I think
They're running out the clock. And we do appreciate it.
Third. Told the referees tell the quarterback not to throw so much in there.
3rd and 4. Moore barking out the signals like he's changed the play, but he goes to the weak side. Keeps the football as Derlin Moore, and this young man will put some points on the board. And you know what? A great play action fake froze me. I hope he didn't freeze the cameraman.
3, 4, 5,
but Derlin Moore gets a well-deserved touchdown.
To tackle David Austin.
He got the cameraman too. I'm just hearing through my headset. So Derlin Moore with a great, showing a lot of athletic ability. The young man deserved that touchdown.
You know, on his past series, Mandeville was 1 or 2 people from breaking a couple of those, and Derlin Moore did a good job of carrying out his play fake. And that was good for about a
He'll also kick the extra point.
35-yard run.
I would almost bet he drove the bus over here. The kick is good, so 33-7 is your score here at the Swamp. Tonight's contest being brought to you by Ernie Drake. He's a candidate for judge in the 21st Judicial District, Division G. That covers the parishes of Livingston, St. Helena, Tangipahoa. Ernie's a graduate of Ponchatoula High School and Southeastern Louisiana University. Has 24 years legal experience, 5 of those as Ponchatoula magistrate. Ernie Drake, number 29, judge. Ross Downing Chevrolet, your Hammond Chevrolet dealer. They got a great special this week on a 1998 S10 extended cab for only $11,988, or you can smart buy it for $159 a month. 1999 Suburban for just $29,788, or 12 of those are in stock, folks. 99 Camaro, $14,988, and you can smart buy it $239 a month.
You can damage their eyes permanently.
So, folks, here we go. Derlin Moore, 14 seconds left to go. 33-6, 14-0 is your score. Derlin Moore tees it up. Back deep to receive will be Davion Walker and Ronald McClendon.
Derlin Moore in to kick.
14 seconds left here in the 3rd.
I'd kick it away from Davion Walker.
They're going to kick. Who are they going to kick it to? Ron McClendon? He's going to squib it and kick it to none of them. Chris Hogan. That's not a bad second choice. Chris Hogan turns it up the sideline. Chris Hogan is wrestled out of bounds at about the 40-yard line.
That's where everybody gets hurt.
Yep. The coffin corner.
Yep.
Our good friend Deshaun Carter. Broken ankle right about there.
Yep.
First down, 10 yards to go for the Wave. 3 seconds left. Here in the 3rd. Brandon Bennett leads him out of the huddle. Artiega to the high side. Motion. Up. They throw the flag. Yep. That ends 3rd, but you can't end it on a penalty.
We learned that the first half.
Yep. Illegal shift against the Green Wave. Now that call I have seen more this year than ever before.
That might be declined.
So the 4th quarter is where we stand. 33-7 is your score. They're going to make them play it one more time. They won't change sides. First down, 15 yards to go for Ponchatoula. Receiver to the near side is number 28, James Livers. Man in motion is number 24, Ty Beard. Quick pitch. Chris Hogan trying to get to the outside. Stiff arms a couple of them off of him. Breaks it back to the inside. Still on his feet.
He doesn't want to go down.
Stephen Emmons just clearing people out of the way, saying, if you want to run, come this way.
Chris Hogan said, I'm not going out of bounds. He turned it back up. Uh-oh.
So, folks, good run by Chris Hogan. First down. Well, we're going to be a little bit short of the first down, depending on the spot. But they're going to swap sides on us because we're starting the fourth quarter.
Right, that'll be the end of the third quarter. It'll be Ponchatoula 33, Mandeville 7.
Hammond High moves ahead of Bogalusa by a score of 33-6.
Ladies and gentlemen, while we have a chance, we'd like to announce the winner of the baseball 50-50 raffle. So get out your tickets.
12 minutes left, 33-7 is your score here. Pretty close to the same score at the Hammond High Bogalusa game.
The winning ticket number is 39.
First down. For the Wave, with a great performance tonight, both offensively and defensively here. The seniors stepping it up a notch, putting this season in perspective, playing the ball game that they can play. Henderson to McClendon. McClendon turning on the speed, beats one to the outside, and is knocked out after a pickup of about 7.
And with the first play of the fourth quarter, the pitch goes to McClendon, who takes it up the left side.
11:53 left in this contest. They'll have about 4 yards to go for the first.
McClendon was run out of bounds by number 9, Corey Canzanosi. McClendon picks up.
Kyle Henderson sends one to the near side. Ty Beard to the slot to the high side. Chris Hogan on a carry, surrounded by blue and white. Good.
One time tonight.
One time.
Hogan got thrown for a loss. He had a couple yards up in there and then tried to break something to the outside, and there was nothing there. We'll bring up third and about 4.
Third down and 4. A good football game here tonight, folks, for the Ponchatoula fans. Getting to see this offense perform up to its capability. The same with the defense. Henderson option to McClendon, makes the pitch. Good speed to the outside, turns the corner and is pushed out of bounds after he picks up the first. Kyle Henderson timed that real well on the pitch, Crawfish.
Yeah, he did, because he waited till the defensive end committed himself and then pitched it out there and just hoped that Ron McClendon can outrun the linebackers, and which he did, enough for a first down at about the 38-yard line for the Mandeville Skippers.
The big run by McClendon is going to result in a Ponchatoula first down at about the Mandeville 38-yard line.
First and 10. Let's do it again. Henderson looks over the defense, stacks him in the backfield, decides Chris Hogan is his man, hands it to him, and Chris Hogan just fights his way ahead for about 7
people. There's 6 people in on that tackle.
So Hogan racking up the offensive yards tonight. This young man's going to be tired after doing a lot of blitzing on defense and running the ball on offense. He's going to be a little worn down.
He certainly is, but I tell you, he's my player of the game right now.
Most definitely.
Offense, defense, special teams.
I don't know. Defensively, I'd have to give it to Mike Anthony. Mike Anthony had a whale of a football game, but Chris Hogan has had one also. Let's give it to Chris on offense. And well, you got to split that with Ron McClendon too, though.
Yeah.
They all played great tonight.
They're going to give a whip mile watch.
Kyle Henderson running the offense very well. Hands it to Tremaine Walker. And Tremaine Walker will pick up a couple. And the clock ticks with 10:19 left to go. 33-7 is your score here.
He got a couple, and that's all he had to get for the first down. Depends on where the spot is. It looked like it might be enough for first down.
Hello. It's me again.
Trying to steal my
I'm back.
And what have you been doing?
I've been going to Southeastern on the track team, and school is enough for me.
We sure miss you up here in the booth. Kyle Henderson.
We don't have anybody go get us a Coke.
Well, that's right. Kyle Henderson calls for the football. He's letting that clock run a little bit. Henderson to McClendon. McClendon behind some good blocking.
Oh, good.
Good defense, though. Number 10, Kent Hall, just stepped up and got rid of his blocker pretty well. Drops Ron McClendon.
And Hall's only a junior.
What are we majoring in?
Physical therapy.
And what are our grades like?
Our grades are above average.
Above average for a homecoming queen or above average for you?
Both. Both.
All right, folks, from the 30-yard line, we have it. Second down. 9:04 left. 33-7 is your score here at the Swamp in Ponchatoula, Louisiana. You're watching FP TV's broadcast of high school football. Ron Gotro, along with Michael Blosh on the camera and the Crawfish on the other side of me. Henderson on the option. Once again, pitches to McClendon. McClendon looking to beat somebody to the outside. Cuts it up in and picks up a couple, but not more than that. Good pursuit on the defense, Crawfish.
They had 4 or 5 guys out there, and McClendon just couldn't run enough to get around all of them. He got tackled for a loss. You see Ron McClendon tackle more this year for losses than any year.
As our cheerleaders perform for us, maybe Michael Bloch can pan down there, and we'll get a look-see at them. Don't forget about their bass tournament coming up on the 31st of October at North Pass. Yeah, sure did. Back to the game, third down, 14, I'm sorry. Henderson looking. Arteaga with a good possession catch right down about the 10-yard line. Austin Arteaga just pulls it in and with a beautiful little pattern.
Looked like it was going to be overthrown there, but it was right on the nickel. These cheerleaders are Wendy Ryman, captain, Sarah Lipscomb, co-captain, Diane Daniel, Jennifer Wally, Jennifer Oler, Marie Kennedy, Amanda Hill, Tiffany Parent, Heidi Kissinger, Ashley McDonald, Elizabeth Wilson, Rachel Gagliardo, Mandy Trailer, and Ashley Plochet.
Is that everybody?
I don't know. You tell me.
I hope so.
Did I get everybody's name right?
No, but that's okay. They'll know who you're talking about.
Okay.
Football score, you can enjoy it. Friday night football on the big screen. It's all happening in Adams Valley, 147 Northwest Railroad Avenue, downtown.
Got a player down, and while we have a player down, we're going to thank the people who sponsor us tonight. Ross Down and Chevrolet, your Hammond Chevrolet dealer at 345-1285. And also Ernie Drake, candidate for judge in Division G of the 21st Judicial District Court, covering the parishes of Livingston, St. Helena, and Tangipahoa. Ernie is a graduate of Ponchatoula High, southeastern Louisiana, and has 24 years legal experience. Five of those as Ponchatoula's magistrate. Please vote for Ernie Drake.
Oh, yeah. Did you want your job back?
No. Thanks a lot. Samia's sitting in for me for just a moment, as she did for us last year when Crawfish would leave early.
Yeah, I don't have to get coats anymore.
There you go. All right, folks, here we go. We've got
First and 10.
First and 10. Henderson taking his time. The clock is running with 7:54 left to go in the game. Henderson. Ball on the ground. Looks like a Ponchatoula player came up with it. They were running some kind of little crossing action in the backfield.
You talk about a mismatch. Ty Beard at 160 pounds going up against Paul Gendron at 6'5", and they got him 208, and it should be 280.
They got the numbers backwards.
Because he's a man.
So we should be in our junior year, sophomore year, huh, Samia?
That's right.
You a 10th grader?
The 10th grader.
Ha ha. Crawfish is mad because I graduated before he did.
That's right. Ty Beard to the outside. Ty Beard makes a great move, smells pay dirt, and goes for it. So Ty Beard making a real nice move back to the middle, Crawfish, and that little move to the inside was put the points on the board for him.
I tell you what, he's making every bit of his opportunity there. And what Ponchatoula's trying to do, they're trying to get as many points as possible for their power rating, because if they run the table on the way out, they'll wind up 7-3. The 3 losses are what's going to hurt them, but what's really going to hurt them is the wins that they had are 2, St. Paul's, Hammond, and also Woodlawn, which which are all underclass teams.
Right.
They're not in the 5A. So they might not, with a 7-3 record, might not make the playoff as a wild card. So they need to start putting some points up, especially, well, they can't lose another game on the way out. They have
That's
to
correct. They've got to beat Slidell.
And got to beat Slidell.
I don't think they'll have
almost a lot, but Slidell, with the passing game that they have, is going to be a tough game. It's going to be fun to watch next week. But they're going to have to start scoring some points.
7:05 left to go in this contest. We travel to Slidell next week. Hot chocolate for sale. That ought to be a big seller tonight.
Oh, yes. It's cold out there.
Matter of fact, why don't you go get us some?
Oh, my goodness. Crawfish is going to get in trouble. Crawfish, you're a sophomore now.
I'm a sophomore now.
That's right. You're a sophomore.
Yeah, you can do it. You know the names.
I know some of these people.
Also.
This is the 1998-99 PHS Flag Corps. We have Tara Alford, Heather Bardwell, Megan Bowling, Nikisha Cobb, Bria Grest, Wendy Kinchin, Sydney McCormick, Ashley Myers, Marissa McKell, Janice Mitchell, Laureen Mitchell, Alana O'Connor, Nikki Parent, Mindy Pallon, Danielle Perilou, Brandy Polk, Allison Rue, Veronica Sandifer, Tiffany Smith, Lauren Vitter, Lauren Waddell, Sarah Wagaspack, Alicia Watson, and Jessica Wells. I think I covered everybody.
Ponchatoula with some substitutions here. We'll cover them for you. Number 49 in the game is Clint Gagliano. Also, I see number 59 out there. That's going to be Chris Schillings. Gosh.
45 is Marcus Chester. 71 is going to be Greg McKay. 86 Ronell Tillman in on defense now.
The Madman Mizell, number 39.
Damon Edwards as a defensive back.
Up the middle, Casey Mizell on the stop. Along with Marcus Chester.
Ben Cosgrove.
Damon Evans is in there also at a defensive back.
And the old man, Davion Walker's in there kind of telling him where all to go.
So Mandeville trying to put some more points on the board. They trail this one by a score of 40-7. Uh-oh. Somebody got in the wrong territory there. I'll tell you what, let's let her do it. Come on. All right. Wow. Folks, what we're contemplating here is announcing all the band members. Wow, we got 6 minutes left. You think we got enough time? This is a big band.
All I know is they certainly entertain us at halftime.
Yes, they do.
On the road and here at the Swamp.
Derlin Moore up the middle once again. McKay on the stop. They're going to pick up the first down yardage. The clock will stop while they move the chains. But we're ticking down to 5 minutes left. Tonight's contest being brought to you by Ernie Drake, candidate for judge, Division G, 21st Judicial District. Also Ross Downing Chevrolet, Dixie Motors, and Bennett's Towing and Recovery. Appreciate the sponsorship. They help us get this ball game on television for you to enjoy in the comfort of your home.
Also in there is number 59, Chris Schilling.
Derlin Moore with a first down. Changes the play at the line of scrimmage. Hope it's interesting because the quick hitter up the middle once again. The Madman Mizell on the stop.
They hadn't run a pass play in this whole second half.
No, they want to eat the clock up and get out of here. I mean, I might be completely wrong, but, you know, when you throw the ball 13 times in the first half and not one time in the second, it's, you know, it's 40-7. You want to head east.
That is probably the reason they had minus 13 yards rushing in the first half.
That's correct.
Mandeville did put together a pretty decent drive.
Cosgrove playing free safety. To the right side, the keeper, Derlin Moore, picks up a couple.
Moore's going to keep it around the left side. He's going to pick up a few yards for the Skippers.
And Roger Glenn with the Times-Picayune just gave me a stat here, which shows you why the score is 40-7. Mandeville has averaged starting at their own 20-yard line all night long. Ponchatoula has started at the Mandeville 45-yard line.
Location, location, location.
Yep.
Chris Costanza in at the linebacker also.
Already did the Crawfish did the cheerleaders.
Oh, Crawfish did the cheerleaders. Okay, good. Mizell threatening the blitz. To the outside goes Derlin Moore on the keeper. Finally run out by Davion Walker, along with number 27, Cosgrove.
And number 39.
The Madman Mizell. Bradley Rodriguez checks into the game, the junior.
I'm going to follow
number 15.
Mizell this time.
Oh, he's all over the field now.
The Madman.
He just loves to play the game.
Let's see if we're going to be able to see him again next year. Oh, a junior.
Yes, we will.
5'8", 170.
3:36. Mandeville on the move. A lot of new faces on the defense for the Wave. Derlin Moore with the backs in the I formation. First back through. No, Moore keeps it once again. And will be knocked out of bounds by Josh Everhart down after he picks up about 8 or 9.
I tell you what, that's the best play faking that I've seen all year long.
Now, who is the reigning homecoming queen this year who gives up the crown the last week?
After I lost, I really don't know.
You didn't give it back?
No, there was no way I was going to give that crown back. She had to wrestle
You're still wearing it.
Pickup of about 7 or 8 on the play. Matt Notriana at the nose guard.
Notriana with a good...
had a good ball game.
Yeah, he
good
actually
ball game.
Had a couple of tackles in the backfield.
I'll tell you who we hadn't seen is Jeremy Thompson.
This might have been a night that he needed to take a rest.
Yep.
He hadn't punted yet, has he?
No, one time.
Yeah, one time. Sure did.
Derlin Moore changes the play at the line of scrimmage. They go straight up the middle to the big fullback, stopped on the play by number 51, Chris Costanza. And also number 48, that's going to be Jeremy Thompson.
And Roderick Livers.
Greg McKay checking in, Everhart checking out. Man-to-man coverage to the near side by Damian Edwards.
Ron, you don't remember Sarah Burris was a homecoming queen?
Uh-huh. Oh, no.
I don't know why he went
Greg
down.
McKay caught somebody, decided they didn't have the ball, and just got rid of them, went and got the other guy. He knows those things.
I keep track.
Second and about 9. 2:32 left in this ball game. Ponchatoula leading 40-7 over the...
So if LSU can come away with a win tomorrow night, Tulane come away with the win, Hammond and Ponchatoula winning, Independence won last night, we might can do a sweep again this week, and the Saints, well, we'll talk about that on Sunday.
Why'd you throw it?
We had to, I had a good thing going there until I brought the Saints up. I don't know, I'm looking for, uh-oh. Somebody went to the dance early and without a ticket.
Without a date.
So we'll see who moved. It was a procedure call against Mandeville. We ticked down to 2:07.
Yeah, right when Mandeville thought they were running the clock out.
Folks, high school football all weekend here. Don't forget, 8:30 Saturday night and 8:30 Sunday night, you can watch Neeson against Champ Cooper. Champ Cooper, of course, coached by Tommy Bolton and Stacy Braccato. My neighbor. Matt Notriana on the stop, along with number 6, Roderick Livers.
Tommy's really just a figurehead.
Yes. The offensive genius is Stacy Braccato.
Stacy's really the offensive genius.
My buddy Tommy Bolton very busy with his new business, golf, etc.
Right there next to Sylvan and Tan Line.
Right across from Hammond Square Mall. I tell you what, Tommy Bolton has one fine golf facility. If you're a golfer, you need to go by. I went and had my swing checked out on that swing analyzer. He said, take up horseshoes.
Said had a better swing on your front porch?
Oh, yeah. Swing like a rusty gate. Off to the right side. Good shot by Livers. Finished off by number 48, Jeremy Thomas.
The big hit was put on by number 6, Roger Livers.
55 seconds left. Looks like this is going to wind up a 40-7 ball game.
Pretty close, pretty close.
Next week we travel to Slidell.
That's correct.
My goodness.
Bradley Rodriguez playing a little bit of the free safety there.
Well, Gills bring everybody, huh?
Yeah. Ben Cosgrove in at a defensive back. Option.
No way.
Cosgrove on the stop.
Derlin Moore said, I don't want any more of this.
Nope, pitch it. No sense taking that kind of hit.
It looks like
wow, let's see if we can cover all these guys.
No, Ron.
No, we can't. Just too many new numbers out there, folks. Y'all know who y'all are. Rob Burrows in there, along with number 75, Josh Huguet.
Leo Tate.
Number 62, Dennis Thomas. Number 62, Lovie Moran. And your quarterback will be, number 13, Jason Reagan.
13 is Rob Burrows is in there.
Number 23 on the carry, Dennis Thomas. He stopped for little or no gain, 16 seconds left. That'll put an end to this one. He's not short. I'm going to tell him you said that.
He knows. I always tell him that.
He knows it now.
Well, folks, as the clock ticks down, the final score is going to be 40-7. Ponchatoula on top. We'll see you next week from Slidell, Louisiana. For the cameraman, Michael Blosh, David Cottrell, I'm Ron Gotro, and Miss Thomas.
I'm Samia Thomas.
Samia Thomas. We'll see you next week from Slidell. Good night.
Good night.